all right, I just generated this video from this picture using Kling on Replicate. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I can also walk you through what Replicate is all about and how you can navigate through all these different UI components. If you sign in, usually this is the first thing you see. You see your billing and recent predictions, etc. Recent prediction, it's basically the same as AI output. This is where you see all of the output that you have. I wish to have a thumbnail, but currently it's just a list of IDs and stuff. In order to use Kling, there are two ways of doing this. One is you can just use the search bar on the top, just typing whatever the model that you have in mind, like for example, Kling. It will give you two options. One is standard and then the other one's pro. The difference is really just, the resolution. Standard is 720 and then pro is 1080 resolution. And so this is one way you can get there. The other way is really click on explore on the top right corner. And oftentimes you can see a bunch of new models coming up. You can also search the model here on the top right corner. Just typing Kling and click on the model, and you'll be able to you'll be able to open up this Kling form. On the left side, you have a prompt, some aspect ratio, start image, etc. So what I like to do is to start with the start image. I know exactly the kind of image that I wanted to put in there. So once you click on that little button, it will clear out the start image for you from this example, and you can drop a file that you want to convert. So say I'm trying to convert this picture of two boys reading a book by the fire. Now you have a image. However, you definitely need to make sure that you write the prompt as clearly as possible. So for Kling, it really likes action verbs. You just need to be very concise about it. So for example, I can say two boys sit by the fire reading books. And this is where you can start generate a video. And of course, you can always change the aspect ratio. I don't believe you can. I guess you can still change it, and it will just basically crop the side and make it skinny. For negative prompt, I guess have successful story with it. Usually it will kind of emphasize one thing or another. I tend to leave it open, but if there's something that you see, it constantly appears and you don't want it to be there, you can certainly remove it. But I would suggest not to do this. As the first thing you try the prompt first and then see what are some of the things that you keep seeing in all your outputs. And then at the bottom here, there's this scale thing. Lower the number, it means the model's degree of flexibility would be more flexible. So just wanted you to know about this. So the higher the value, the lower the model's degree of flexibility. If you do all the way up, it would look at the prompt more than the image. So I guess Kling is also looking at the image and interpreting what are some of the elements that it needs to focus on. And I would say, since we don't have a very complicated or abstract image, it's nice to keep it just in the middle. And then, of course, with duration, you can choose 10 or 5, depending on what your use case is. And once you start generate, it should show up on the right side. And say if I want to see my previous generations, I kind of mentioned that there's prediction on the dashboard, but there's also this tiny button where you can click into it. If you click into prediction, you'll see a list of things that you generated. You just need to click on the ID link, go in there, and then see the output. Okay, this is actually my second try on the first one, and I would say this second try is a little bit better. But yeah, anyways, this is how you navigate through Replicate and then use Kling. Hope it helped.